I am super ready now.
Okay. Can exit all of this out. Still need these. Alright. Z, Piper, you guys ready?
Yeah, I said I was ready.
Yeah, Piper, you good?
I assume she said yes.
Piper.
Hello!
There
Hi.
you go.
I really do have to shout.
Oh boy.
For, simple answers and stuff, you can type in Discord or something.
Yeah. If it's too much, we can call it off before we start.
Fuck that.
Okay. Fuck that. Heard that. Heard. I'd like to preface this for the fact that, for the record books, I see you started streaming. Amy is sick. Therefore, Amy will not be doing NPC voices. However, can still chat with NPCs. It will just be normal speaking voice.
Fair enough.
Perfect.
Alright. We'll see what I do in the moment. I'm feeling okay. I just sound awful.
To be
That's
fair,
fine.
you sound better than you did yesterday.
Hey, progress, baby!
The magic of healing.
Magic of loading yourself up with vitamins. Alright, who wants to recap what happened last time?
Last time, we met Corey of Corey's Custom Creations, a tinkerer who was the secret person contractor who had reached out to Davil to steal back something she had made, a little tiara, which turns out was made inspired by a legend, but some doofus thieves who were not us. I actually mean doofus thieves. Doofus thieves thought it was the real deal and stole it and hawked it for money, to which it made its way towards a museum, which is where we came in. So that's why that all happened. So after talking with her, we found out that she had some cool stuff. So we bought all of it because we have no impulse control, and we're better for it, I think. But after talking and hanging out with her for a little bit and buying some of her stuff, she eventually confessed to us that there was something she could use our help with potentially, which is that she knows about some sort of magic arrows that appear or are fired occasionally around this time of year at people. And the long and short of it is, it's probably Cupid's arrows. Probably, not confirmed, but probably, because they're always at the Festival of Love and they disappear after they hit someone. And they're red. Or some of them are red. It's hard to say. There's a lot of information up in the air, but the point is she wants one of the arrows, and she was willing to give us some good stuff, some more good stuff, if we managed to get her some of those arrows.
And to be fair, if there is one arrow, there's theoretically multiple arrows that we can get our hands on and then utilize ourselves.
Yes. And she basically said, hey, can you find one of those arrows? We agreed, because we're fucking crazy and we don't care. And then we decided to head back home and rest before the Festival of Love kicked off.
And we adopted a shit ton of dogs.
Oh yes, we did adopt a bunch of dogs.
Yeah, a bunch of dogs.
Hired a waitress barmaid. Don't know what we want to call her.
Penny.
It's Finny.
Yeah, it's Finny, but we
Yeah,
know
you
job
hired
title
Finny.
is vague.
Yeah.
We hired Finny to be the the mix of entertainment waitress or like bardic entertainment and waitress to run the tavern while we're off doing our fuck shit.
Honestly, she would take that title with pride. Bardic
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
entertainment and waitress.
Finalized our deal with Grandma
Yes.
to have Grandma baked goods.
Oh, here. I forgot to show Finny token. We have Grandma Baked Goods. And I believe we have worked out. No, we talked about it, but I put it in the tavern chat that it's 50 gold a week to keep the tavern open. Those are all of your expenses from your supplies and wages for your workers. Essentially, just to keep the doors open.
So the question then becomes, how much do we bring in per week?
Mm-hmm. And you guys are going to find out, when you open, which you will be opening in a couple of days.
Meanwhile, we go hunting for magic invisible arrows at the Festival of Love.
They're
Yep.
not invisible, they're disappearing. It's it's a
How
lot
does it-
easier to find something if it's visible at least a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But there's that. Also, Clint was going to hit up Mert at some point because he knows that Corey had the same little pin that Mert had given him,
Mm-hmm.
and he likes Corey and wants to hang out with Corey more and get more of her cool gun inventions because he's predictable.
Dad.
I did not hear all of that message.
I think she just
Fiber.
said
Yes. Yes. True.
Oh boy. Okay, and I would like to bring up something to all of you.
Mm.
Before we get started, before we hit play, I'd like to ask, I already said that after the Season of Love, after the Love Festival stuff is over, you guys will be leveling up to level 5.
Yeah.
I'd like to ask, after the tavern is open, would you guys be good for a little bit of like a less than a month time skip? We can talk about what you guys have been doing in that time.
Sure.
I'm down.
Cool. All right. So you guys are all long rested. You guys strapped up your boots. Tavern's not open yet, but it's getting pretty close. Finny has taken to helping Liff get the tavern ready. She has taken very well to talking to a ghost. It's a little weird. But he's answering all of her weird questions. And those two are working on getting the tavern set up and ready for opening, which is, I believe, in 3 days or so. You guys are opening halfway through the festival, if I remember correctly.
Something like that.
Yeah, something like that. And you all set off to the heart of the city. Now, I should probably join the stream. There we go. As you all make your way to town, you see that these streets are crowded. It looks like everyone in town is here. And you see that the entire streets are just lined with flowers and with red decorations. Red and pink and purples, streamers, flyers, outfits from performers. People are passing out flowers. And you see a sign. I should probably have my notes opened up. That'd be smart. It closed when my computer reset. And you see a sign saying Waterdeep Season of Love Festival Day 1. Eros. EROS. not arrows, like bow and arrow.
Arrows. I know
Yeah.
this one.
And you guys gather as you guys are traveling to the heart of the festival. That this day is celebrating romantic and passionate love. That's what this day is celebrating. You see a lot of couples milling about. And as you all are walking to the, I guess, center of the festival, where there's more other taverns that are set up. Some of them are temporary, a lot of stalls around. You see it is caked with people. However, you do notice a few familiar faces dotted here and there.
Hey.
Am I stealing inspiration from Piper? Yes, I am. I hope you don't mind,
Ooh.
Piper.
No.
Oh. Finny's working. She's not here.
Go
Oh, this is
back
a
to
fucking
work, Fetty.
NPC menagerie.
Mm-hmm. And I was while I was dragging all these fucking tokens, I was like, y'all know a lot of fucking people.
Yes. Can we name them all? Most of them. I can't remember his name, but I do remember him.
He is sitting on the curb eating an apple.
That tracks.
I'm assuming some of these are met at the fucking museum because I do not recognize them.
The only one here that you met at the museum is Aubrey.
That blonde chick.
Yep.
Yeah,
This one.
blonde and pink.
Here,
but-
you don't recognize these two. You have not seen them. You might have seen them. Actually, you probably have seen them. All three of these guys are your neighbors. You've talked to Tally. He's the carpenter guy.
Okay.
And then these two are presumably some of your other neighbors. Most notably, the one who runs the bookshop and the one who runs the potion shop.
Who's this?
Oh, where's your ping? That is Eileen. She is your brewer contact.
Gotcha. Okay.
The one that had the talent show.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Oh, sorry. By the way, Clint, Ashley, how y'all feeling? You guys friends yet? BFF necklaces.
Clint was friends pretty fast, so
Hmm. All right, Ashley.
I'm a good wingman for him.
Yeah. All right, there. I see the rapport building there. All right. At your discretion, I will allow you guys to unlock whenever the friendship bracelets come to life. Not friendship bracelets, friendship necklaces.
hell yeah.
It can be a moment for you two if you'd like. So it is up to you. I've given you guys the keys.
What I would like to do is, before we get too far out of the woods from this, since there's a lot of NPCs, I want to get a list of all of them from the top to bottom, because I think I know most of them. I
They're
obviously
in
know
the
Dabble.
Journals.
Are they all already in the journals?
They should be.
Oh yeah. Bolo, Floon, Rainier. Heldar! There he is.
Here.
Durnan. Is Durnan here?
No, he's not. He's working the yawning portal.
Oh, that tracks. Yeah, that makes sense. So
Yeah.
Durnan.
Oh. Wait,
Bonnie is also working, probably. Yagra's here.
Mhm. You guys probably know them because of proximity of getting in and out. The
There
place.
we go.
Those are their names.
I really like Fala's art. Is it Fala or Phala?
Fala.
Fala. I like Fala's art a lot. That's
I
good.
fucking knew you would.
Hell yeah. Eileen, Edith.
Joe, shut up for a second.
Yeah.
Piper, were you
So-
trying to say something?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I just switched back to a computer.
A.
Let's go. See, I have all my NPCs
Sorry, Joe,
organized.
you were just talking over Piper the entire time.
No, you're good.
Yeah, we forget Amy
go.
is hyper organized. Folders within folders.
Look, there's no folders and folders here, at least.
Yet.
I don't know how to do folders within folders, so on Roll20, so otherwise it'd be a whole fucking network. It'd be like my fucking Chrome bookmarks. Folder and a folder and a folder with more folders.
What do you think you're doing, you dumbass?
Making folders.
Not you. My
Sorry.
dumbass.
Are you talking to a pet or to
Yes.
a person? Is it
So,
Val?
in the old apartment, there was a windowsill that Val really liked to climb up. Well, Val just attempted to do that, failed his dexterity checks, scraped along the fucking windows blinds, and landed on my stomach.
Yikes.
He tried.
Having failed that, he crawls over to my stomach in shame and has now gone to sleep on it in a span of 15 seconds.
Just pretend like it didn't happen.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, Pharaoh will walk into fucking town square or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and the first person she'd probably see that she's like, I want to go talk to would probably be Yagra.
Has Clint met Yagra
I don't think so.
on screen? I don't think he has on screen.
I don't know.
No, at least
Yeah.
not any of the times that I have been here.
Yeah, because the times he's been at the Yawning Portal, Yagra was not there. She was conspicuously absent. But Clint will follow along,
Fear is just gonna like make her way over.
making my way.
You guys see Davil and Yagra, both of them each holding a little tankard of ale as they're sipping. Yagra also has like it looks like a Valentine's Day themed sandwich that she has. Looks like they dyed the bread pink.
Huh.
And she is fucking chowing down on that fucking thing. And Davil looks a little bothered. Like, not enough that like he's just stopping his conversation with her, but like you see that when she like comes back from the sandwich and there's like a piece that flies, he just dodges it. As he just like sips.
Occasional eye twitch.
Yeah, occasional eye twitch. But they see you and they like raise a glass. She raises her sandwich before she like pounds back half of her fucking tankard of ale to wash down the bite she just took.
Fancy seeing you here. I didn't think you would be pulled out of the Yawning Portal anytime soon.
I'm assuming you're talking to Yagra, correct?
Yep.
Okay. All right, I forgot. I tried to make a sound, but then nothing came out. And I'm like, oh yeah, I'm not doing voices. That was weird.
When your body says no.
Yeah, it just went like just nothing came out. He's gonna say, oh, it's good to be here, you know. I try to get out every now and then, or at least I try to get out of there, but I mean they're here too, you know. So I'm gonna be here. Where Ale is.
That sounds like a winning strategy.
That's what I do.
Well, you always win. Well, at least it doesn't mean you always win otherwise.
Well, I also always win our drinking contests and our arm wrestling contests. I also won darts that one back out drunk, so I still count. Because I was drunk too, but
Wait.
I still won.
And how many of a actually won?
You know, card games, that's our strength. So I don't think those count.
Oh, it definitely counts.
You know, I don't think. You know, I think a true test of strength is, strength.
So what you mean to say is you always win, at least when it comes down to strength.
'Cause
You
I'm
don't
strong,
always
yeah.
win, period.
No, I always win. Strength is just where it matters.
I'd like
Yeah,
you to
that
tell that
makes
to your
sense.
gold purse next time I actually clean it out. The strength is actually what matters.
Hey, we made a new rule. All right, we only bet drinks now.
See, we only bet drinks until I can get you so drunk that then we bet gold.
No, I got it. She like rolls up her fucking sleeve, written on it in like marker. It's just no betting money right there. She like flexes out her fucking forearm.
Farrah just smirks at that and slowly looks over to Davil.
He's just sipping and watching. He's just like, yeah. I mean, it keeps her in work, so I don't really care.
When flies up to Davil and gives him a pat on the back, like not one that hurts, but one that is a bit too enthusiastic, and just goes, "Oh there, Davil!" Just pow.
Hi, Clint.
Good to see you outside. I didn't think you'd ever leave that bar.
I leave the bar every now and then.
I was pretty sure that your ass was actually attached to that chair that you're always in.
Well, it's a chair just for me. Durnan knows not to let other people sit there. I'm always going to be there by noon. But I don't live there.
Of course you don't. You've got probably a lot nicer place to live. Speaking of which, and he'll look to Yagra and look at Davil and get like a little cheeky grin on his face and be like, "Say, you're both here at the Festival of Love together, aren't you?"
Well, I try to have her follow me wherever I go. Or at least whenever I'm paying her.
Well, that's one way to get romance, I suppose. Kind of rubs his chin. Never thought to pay him.
Farrah just kind of like blinks and looks over to Clint. You clearly ain't going to the right side of town, my friend.
There's a romance out of town.
Farrah just kind of like head one way then the other, side to side. Romance might be a little bit of a strong word for it, but certainly something close to it that you pay for.
Fucking Clint. Sorry, I had a thing. Clint will like kind of scratch his chin, then look at Davil. What are Davil and Yagra think of the hazing?
Davil isn't too phased. Yagra is a little confused.
Yagra doesn't even. I'm trying to give them shit, and they're not even paying attention.
Do you, Joe? I want to ask you something. Do you really think that insinuating that Davil and Yagra are in a romantic relationship will actually phase either of them?
Maybe a little.
Okay, think
No.
about Davil at least.
I figured it would at least annoy him.
He deals with Yagra on a daily basis.
And to
True.
be fair, Davil, from what I understand, is a lot older than he looks.
Yeah, how old is Davil Star? I mean, he's an elf, so he's old as fuck.
Ah, So he's gonna be like 90 at a minimum.
Yeah. Yeah. He is, I'm just going to assume.
He'd have to be like in his hundreds at least to be a young adult.
Yeah. So he is at the very least triple Yager's age.
And has been around and heard some shit.
Yeah, like, you cannot phase this man by teasing him about his bodyguard.
This is bullshit.
This weirdly strong child he has found, who is very motivated by alcohol.
Yeah.
Well, Clint seeing the hazing has not taken any impact. Immediately, the wind falls out of his sails, and he is just like, But that's basically all I had. Is I wanted to give Dabble shit to see if I could get under his skin.
Feyre will kind of lift a hand and like kind of tap the side of her fist against Yagra's arm, in this kind of like very like friendly gesture, and kind of look between Yagra and Davil. So, I'm sorry y'all might have been hearing about it, but we are going to be opening the troll school. We're going to be opening the troll school here in a few days. I'd like to see both y'all there when we open it.
There will be lots of puppies.
Lots of them.
Wait, you're saying you have booze and puppies? When do you
Hell
open?
yeah.
I'm gonna be there. Wait, hold on. Turns to Davil. Am I working that day? You know what? I'm not working that day. I need to be here.
You heard the lady.
He just fucking shrugs, and he's just like, okay. When do you guys even open? I need to know when she's gonna be gone.
Day or two from now.
Yeah, Feyre will give them the date.
Yeah, you give the date. He's like, oh, okay, well, we'll probably stop by. Well, she's gonna be there, obviously. I can probably try to stop by. And she's like, yeah, I'm gonna fucking be there. You won't be able to remove me from the fucking bar if there's gonna be a puppy there. You're saying there's more than one?
Oh yeah.
There's at least like 6, I think.
We got like half of the adoption agency.
Can I have one?
You cannot have one, but you can name one.
One that isn't already named. You can't name
Right.
Winslow.
Yeah. And what did I name mine? Baron?
Yeah.
Baron the Quirky.
So okay, I can't rename them, but I can name one that doesn't have a name. Wait, why do they not have names? You know what? They probably just have bad names. I'm gonna think of a good name.
That's the spirit.
I'll write a whole list.
And they're gonna be around every
Right.
time. They're gonna be around permanently too. So whenever you stop by, I'm sure there'll be a dog or two around for you to play with, and while you have a good mead or ale or whatever your fancy is.
Fancy everything.
That's when Ashley comes up with the idea, hey, why don't we hold a raffle and the winners get to name the dogs? We'll make a fuck ton of money.
Hold on, but you said I could name one.
Well, you can name one.
Okay.
We won't raffle your dog.
Well, yeah, we won't raffle your dog, but we should. That's a good idea. Make a couple extra gold.
Dragon.
Money. Okay, just money.
Monies.
Get that. Monies. Yeah, you can say gold. It's just Waterdeep natives say dragons and gold interchangeably.
Okay.
Either or works.
You want to blend in with the locals, you got to use their lingo.
Feyre is not a Dragon Deep local, Waterdeep local, so fucking I don't know.
I think the term in the book is Waterdavian.
She's from Baldur's Gate, okay?
Yeah. Yeah, but Yager is just like, okay, good. I want to make sure that I can name one. I want to find the biggest one. I want to find the strongest one, and I'm going to name him something amazing. She's gonna be the leader because that's what the leader does. They're the biggest, they're the strongest, they're the nicest.
Fucking name Fluffy.
How'd
Oh
you
my
know?
God. Who the fuck told you? You can't take my name.
You can't take my name. That's exactly what I was thinking.
I got dibs.
Feyre just kind of like is still kind of smirking at Yagra as she freaks out about dogs and just kind of nods. And of course, whenever y'all have a fancy of changing your scene a little bit, you can always take your business on over to Troll School once it's up and running. Maybe not quite as busy as the Yawning Portal, but it'll be a little bit more private, I'm sure.
At that, Davil just fucking tilts his head. And he's like, okay, so you think it's gonna be... No, I like the ambition. All right. Sure, I'll try it out there for a day or two and see how it goes.
We'll save you a seat, just like at the Yawning Portal, and I'll even pre-warm it for you before you get there.
You don't have to warm it. Please don't.
Oh, I insist.
No,
It's the courteous thing to do.
I'd like it regular room temperature, actually. If it's pre-warmed, I'm not sitting in it.
Clint will nod his head as if he is giving a service and be like, "As you like it."
Don't touch the chair.
I will not touch the chair.
Thank you.
Feyre just shaking her head slightly.
Devil's just gonna turn to Ashley and Feyre of just blatantly points to Clint with pointer finger before he takes a sip of his ale. Is just like, and how is this one treating you?
He's a bit of a handful, but he is good at what he does.
And considering our latest business partner signed over her share to him, he is a business partner, not on top of everything else, so we're not going to get rid of him anytime soon.
Oh, congrats. He puts out a hand for Clint to shake.
Clint will shake his hand, but not before he gives kind of a wind up to it. He doesn't just reach out and shake. He does the whole put one hand on his hip and then stick his hand out very emphatically, and then we'll shake.
Okay, just want a normal shake, but all right. The effort is seen.
Oh, Daddy told me never to do anything half-assed.
Sure, okay. Well, congratulations. I look forward to checking out the tavern and maybe doing business there if, well, knowing what I know about you guys, I'm sure it's gonna be more than successful. You might give Durnan a run for his money in a couple of years.
Kind of scratching his chin, just we would have some clientele overlap, wouldn't we?
Well, he also has the whole entrance into the Undermountain, so he does attract a lot of young adventurers looking for adventure.
Feyre just kind of shakes her head slightly. Won't say that any of us are really wanting to go up against Dunn anytime soon. Just happy enough to keep that place up and running and keep our bills paid.
Start small. Well, it is good to have ambition, but it is realistic to have goals. I'm sure you guys are going to do perfectly fine. I look forward to seeing how it all turns out. And yeah, maybe I can have my own table there. For when the nights get a little too excitable over at Durnan's.
Like next time a troll just decides that he wants to climb all the way up into the tavern itself, you might want to avoid that.
It's a good thing I got my business finished right when that troll showed up.
Ah, so you were there when we decided we were going to kill it.
Oh, I left immediately. I had somewhere to be.
Feyre just kind of smirks. Gives a little nod, and she's trying to hype up the business, and it seems it has been successful. So she is pleased with the interaction.
Yeah, the first couple of monsters that come up through the portal is exciting. On the 7th or 8th, after a few years, you just know that, okay, Jordan's just gonna kill it, and then, business as usual within the next hour. I
So
usually just take that to just, take a walk, stretch my legs before I come back.
challenge probably should be trying to keep Dunnan from kicking it back into the hole just long enough for you to actually get stuff out of it.
I mean, I'm not really into harvesting or getting my hands that dirty.
Anymore,
Yagra
you
is just
mean?
like, I would love to get my hands on some of that shit. Have you seen the weird weapons they have? I have.
Feyre just looks towards Yagra. Remind me to take you next time we go somewhere extra strange on the ship.
As long as there's ale, I'm so down. Sign me up. Do I have to get, like, boots? I like my shoes. I don't want to get new boots.
Well, you don't gotta get
No,
new boots.
no problem.
You ain't gotta get new boots if you don't want to, but, I don't know if we necessarily usually keep ale. We keep a couple of barrels on them. Usually it's a little bit more rum. Things will last a little bit longer.
From, huh? Can I drink it in this? He holds up a fucking pint.
Feyre just kind of slowly smiles. I mean, you can drink rum, just about anything. Drinking that much rum in one sitting will certainly get you fucked up. So, mission accomplished, I suppose.
That's the fucking plan. All right, count me in. Let me know whenever you're leaving. If you leave without telling me, if you're going somewhere weird and interesting, I am gonna be so upset when you come back.
Feyre just nods in agreement and looks towards Davril. It's like, I think you might be wanting to find yourself a second bodyguard here.
Yeah, probably. I mean, if you just give me advanced warning before you guys head out, that'd be nice.
I cannot promise nothing, but I can certainly try.
Alright, I'll keep a lookout.
Now, if you don't mind me asking a few questions, we happen to be coming through this festival with a little bit of a mission in mind. You heard anything about some disappearing arrows that show up on occasion?
They both stop and they think. They're like, I mean, I've heard. Sorry, I gotta specify who is talking. Davil says, I mean, I've heard rumors on the street that there's some arrows that have been sighted, but we're not really sure if those are real or not, or if they're just decorations. And then Yagra is just like, I swear I was hit by one.
When was that?
I don't know.
Where were you hit at? In the head? Clint points to his head.
She points to her right shoulder.
Why do you think you were hit by one?
'Cause there was an arrow and I saw it. But there was no arrow a second later. I mean, my friends I was with are convinced that I was just, drunk off my ass, which I was. So I can't blame them. But I know what I saw. At least I think I do.
And didn't leave no mark or nothing like that?
It's the strangest thing. It was it was a ghost. It was here and then it was gone. It didn't even hurt, actually. I kind of just felt pressure. But that might have been me squeezing the area because I thought there was an arrow there. I think it might have just been me squeezing my shoulder, actually. This was last year, so it's kind of hard to remember.
And whereabouts were you when this happened?
She looks at the area. And she scratches the side of her head with her finger. I think that way, and she points that way, or maybe that way. I'm not sure. I kind of just stay in this area for the most part because she pats the building behind her. This one has a buy one get one on ale.
Feyre just kind of like looks at the building behind her and kind of like leans to the side a little bit to look at the door.
There's a sign that says couples buy one, get one on ale.
Just kind of blinks, stands up straight again, and looks towards Davil with this very much question look.
He just shrugs. He just says, she wants the discount. I don't really care. I get drinks out of it, so.
Well, fair enough, I suppose.
They're abusing the discount.
This discount's still going on.
She's like, yeah, I'm on like my 4th round.
Clint is going to he'll steeple his fingers and then drum like pinky to pinky, ring finger to ring finger, and kind of like brum, brum, 2 or 3 really quick times, and then look at Feyre, look at Ashley, look back at Feyre, turn back to the group and say, I'll be right back. He's gonna run and grab drinks.
You go inside, and there is it's pretty populated. You see mostly couples, or quote-unquote couples, now that you have discovered what Yagren and Davil are doing. You're not sure anymore. But you get to the barkeep, which is an older woman who just looks at you, and she's like, how can I help you?
And he'll 2 fingers of hold up 2 fingers with a gloved hand and be like, 2 please. The largest, strongest stuff that you got.
All right. She will say that the largest she sells them is a liter, I think is what it's called, or a pitcher, right? Pitcher, which is equivalent to 5 drinks.
Maybe the largest
Cup.
thing you can carry in one hand.
Okay, yeah. So we're gonna
Like a flagon.
We're gonna put that at 2 silver.
Nice.
Okay, but she will charge you 4 silver.
Bye.
You want 2 of them.
Yeah, he gets the first one. She says 4. Then the second one, and she says 4 silver, and he just blinks for a second, just goes, "Wait, I thought it was buy one get one."
For couples.
I'm a couple.
She looks at you. Well, I see 1.
He blinks for a second.
What is this that you're trying to buy?
Yeah, she's like,
buy one get one drinks.
She's like, if you couples, both parties in the relationship have to be here to get the discount. Otherwise, she fucking opens up a hand of fork it over.
Well, his partner's right there, and he points to Farah, and then winks to Clint.
Feyre's outside. Clint went inside this building.
That's the thing is Clint had to run inside to go get it, and now he's drums his fingers for a little on the countertop and just goes, I'll be right back. And he runs back outside.
From back outside, everyone is still mingling as they were. I assume.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to do anything while Clint was trying to get drinks?
Not off the top of my head. I can't think of anything at the moment. I'm more interested in how this chaos is going to solve itself.
Clint is going to run back outside.
Mm-hmm.
Look at Feyre, look at Ashley, look at Yagra, look at Davil, and then just shake his head, and then look back at Ashley and Feyre. And let's see. Is he... That's enough. That's enough. So he'll look at Feyre and be like, and he'll reach to grab her by the hand, be like, I need you for a second.
Feyre's just turns from I imagine a conversation with Yagra. It just kind of blinks for a second and lets him take her hand and just okay.
He drags her back inside, and then we'll walk right up to the counter.
Mm-hmm.
Past everyone else, because he once he got there, I assume it's a bar, so it's just kind of push your way to the bar.
Yeah.
He'll push his way up to the bar, And then he will hold up his and Farah's hands and then like show the bartender and be like, see? 2 of us. Couple. And he'll look at Farah and then do like just out of the corner of his eye wink as if to say like, haha, this is just a silly trick.
Farah is just like not knowing what's going on at first, has her hand like lifted into the air, looks towards Clint like he's grown a second head for a second, and then realizes what's going on, and then just kind of like smirks. Yeah, this is my wonderful loving boyfriend here.
She's like, she just looks at Clint and Farrah. She's like, well, that's so hard. Couples have to be here in order to get the discount. You don't have any idea how many people just fake being in a relationship to get the discount? That's just, mean-spirited. It's not part of what the festival is about. And she's like,
Drama of the year.
Yeah. I can't believe they do that. And she pours out the 2 large glasses and 2 silver.
I wanna roll a deception check to see if Clint can keep his cool, because Farah agreeing to it is something he was like, yeah, but she said not just yeah, it's yes, this is my wonderful loving boyfriend, which laid it on a lot thicker than he was intending, and he's like, well,
cool as a cucumber.
Okay, he's cool. There's only the slight tint of pink, but he is otherwise good. And he just goes, incorrigible. How could she fight something as precious as love and affection?
Yeah, today of all days.
Such a shame. People ought to know better.
But, they really should. A day celebrating romantic love and that special spark you feel when you're with someone you truly care about. That way, I don't understand how they would ever do that. Like, is ale really worth it?
Farah just shaking her head in agreement the entire time until the drink is put down in front of her, and she just like picks it up and turns away. But thank you very much for the alcohol, though. I do hope you make at least a decent amount of money off of this. This is actually a very good deal.
Oh, yeah, don't worry. We have a whole overstock system going on for this festival every year.
I like that fancy.
Mm-hmm. The tips and tricks you learn when you own a tavern. But she will sell you the buy one, get one. Because you guys, there is a couple in front of her.
Hell yeah. 2 silver, 2 drinks. As soon as they walk back outside, Clint will hold up his hand for a high five to Farah.
She'll give him a high five. Though the drink that she picked up is hers now.
Yes.
Ashley's like, where the fuck's my drink?
Gotta go find your own couple.
Thinks like
Okay,
Clint just looks back at the bar and then looks back at Ashley and just goes, no respect for polyamory here, seems.
Well, you think if I came in, it would be buy 1 get 2 free with you?
Unfortunately, they don't respect thruples or quadruples.
It's tragic.
Jesus Christ.
Such a horrible, horrible shame that.
Oh,
So
no.
I know Eileen. Who are these other 2 by her?
All right, so we got Freddie Doyle, who did the renovation with his crew of other small peoples. We have Edith, who is
Grandma.
Bakery Granny.
Grandma Edith, who will forever be, that is her title. She is everyone's grandma.
Yeah. Her real name is Edith Porter, but she's also Bakery Granny or Grandma Edith. Take your pick. She and Freddie are talking with Eileen. I just kind of just put them in a group of like, these are your business partners.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go chat with the business partners.
Okay. Well, they're off on their adventure of getting ale for 2 for the price of 1. Yeah, they're all just chit chatting, talking about. You get to the conversation as they're talking about the what they have all contributed to the tavern and Troll Skull Manor and how excited they are for it to open.
Yes, and we couldn't have done it without any of you. Thank you very much.
You know, Freddie Doyle offers his hand in a handshake.
Shake, shake.
Yeah, very enthusiastic, very long handshake as he just goes on a long-winded of just like, of course the business is great. I can't wait to see it restored fully. I really have it's already restored, but I can't wait to see it full of life and, back to the way it's supposed to be. Again, really, I hope that you're happy with the renovations. Again, if you ever need any renovations, any more changes you want to make to it, just find me, find Freddie Doyle, boys can do such a great job once again. It just goes on and on like that, just shaking your hand.
Absolutely. I will make sure you are the first on my contact list.
Great.
Oh, sorry, go on.
It's like, great, my contacts are in fact on the top of that packet that I gave you all when I first signed the contract. I can also be found across the street of the Carpenters Guild. Of course, you know where the Carpenters Guild, right? Yeah, well, I live across the street from it so that I'm always on call. I'm always available to do the job that I was born to do.
Yep, and born you were.
Not only were you born for this, you were born.
Yeah, shake, shake, shake.
Granny Edith, I am so looking forward to trying your first set of baked goods. I was so lucky to have met you in that place.
It's like, the Cobb salad there was so good. And thank you so much for getting me a new one when the wind just blew it off the table. That was so crazy. That's never happened before. But again, I've already gotten started on the big batch where we got most of the things mixed up. I'm ready to mix them all up, pop them in the oven for you. You'll have everything the day of, nice fresh for you. I got everything on your list.
I am super stoked.
Mm-hmm. I did find a little footnote. I'm not sure. She pulls out a piece of paper and she pulls out reading glasses. She's like, "Does this say 12 blueberry scones or 12 raisin scones? I'm not sure. My eyes aren't as good as they used to be."
Definitely blueberry. Yeah.
Blueberry? Are you sure you don't want the raisin ones? Raisins are really popular with some clientele.
Why
I
don't
know
we go
I
have
like raisins.
just to make sure?
Are you sure I can just add the raisins to the instead?
No. Like blueberries are good too. We gotta diversify. You're right. So let's do 6 blueberry, 6 raisin.
6 blueberries. You're a smart young boy. Look at you. I can't wait to see the tavern and people enjoying all the baked goods and the drinks. It's gonna be great.
I'm sure you're gonna be a hit, and you're gonna get even more business off of this because everybody's gonna love it.
They always get put off by raisins, but it's such a nutritious snack. If you add it to something like a baked good, it makes it, healthier option than chocolate chips or butterscotch chips or caramel. It's much more healthy alternative.
Yes, of course, and that's super important.
It's very important. Have you seen what young people eat these days?
I have. It's utterly dreadful.
It really is. I don't know how half of them are alive, what vitamins they get. She's happy that you have allowed raisins.
I know when to fold. When to hold. He'll take Eileen's hand and, do the kiss on the back of the hand.
She was not expecting that.
Pleasure as usual.
Hi. Yeah, a pleasure, sure.
How's your day going? Are you looking forward to the opening?
Well, of course I am. The opening is really. It's opening. Of course it's opening. I know it's opening. I just mean
Mhm.
I'm looking forward to the opening because I want to help. Because we're business partners, right? Of
Yep.
course we are. We signed a contract because we're business partners. So I'm excited. Yes, I'm looking forward to it. Is what I mean to say.
Try not to panic, okay? We're all looking forward to it.
Yeah, no, we're all looking forward to it and things. I'm not panicking. No. I think you asked. My day's good. How's your day? Yep,
Um,
it's great. I'm sure
my
it's
day's been
great.
doing
You should
pretty
probably
good.
answer the question yourself, actually. Yep. Sorry. How was your day?
My day's doing pretty good, thank you.
Great. That's great. I'm glad to hear that. Sorry, I just wasn't expecting a greeting.
Well, why not? You mean you don't get many greetings? That's a crime.
Well, I'm always working, and I only really come out here for the main festivals. But I mean, not to say that I never get greeted at all. I'm just mean that it's. I'm not used to it. It's not bad
Well,
or anything. It's
here, come on, come take a break. I know a place that serves a great ale nearby.
sure. Yep.
I'll go into that building that that Clint
Hell yeah, slide and like it's totally natural.
Jesus Christ! As Feyre and Clint are walking out, Ashley and is leading Eileen in.
With like snap fingers and wink as they're moving by.
Arch
Like-
brow.
Yeah.
Slowly looks over her shoulder, first at Clint, and then continues and looks towards Davil and Yagra. Y'all some bad influences on people.
Are you saying that too? Who are you saying that to?
Vaguely towards the other three.
Towards the other three, so towards Clint.
Yes. Clint is included
Okay.
in that.
Clint just shrugs and just goes,
Oh, towards
Well.
Clint, Davil. Yeah. Okay, gotcha.
Clint nods and just like proudly just goes, I like to think people take what I do to heart, but not take it personally.
Davil just shrugs. He's like, I'm not telling people what to do. I just know I can get more bang for my buck if I have someone here with me. And Yagra's like, I've never been a good influence.
See, at least you're the one that's going to be telling the truth here and actually recognizing it in yourself. These other two, not so much.
Davil just holds up his hand, just like, hey, I never claimed to be a good influence either, but I'm not holding people like with hostage.
You see, that is what is implied when I say bad influence. That means that you are not actually making anybody do anything. You are just leading by a poor example.
I'd never claimed to be a good example. I think I do the opposite.
Clint kind of rubs his chin and like nods at that and just goes, I honestly think he is a great example in the way to not do things. Well, not a good example of what to do.
Get a glare from Davil as he just sips his fucking drink.
Slight brow furrow, confusion as she is trying to, like, piece together both what is said and then, like, is that insulting to say? I feel like that's insulting to say.
Now, I'm not sure what he meant either, but I don't like it.
Bugs just goes, I'm not sure what I meant either, too.
Your mouth moves a lot faster than you think, huh?
100% of the time.
A nod.
You know, the owl just shrugs. So just like, it's good that he's working with you guys.
And now I don't know if that's meant to be an insult or not.
How could it be an insult? I think he was talking about me. Like, proudly.
The owl just like shrugs. He's like, I'm not sure what I meant either. Mocking Clint a little bit. Alright, well, we're going to pan inside the tavern as Ashley and Eileen step in. Eileen following Ashley.
Yeah, Clint was just telling me that this place serves pretty good ale. It'll be good for you to, I guess, and me to take a load off for a little bit.
She just like nods. And she's like, I think this place actually gets ale from a different supplier than me, so I don't think I've actually tried theirs.
Even when you're supposed to be relaxing, you're thinking about work, huh?
Well, it's good work that I do. I try my best to, follow my passion whenever I get a chance.
That's pretty admirable.
You telling me you're not thinking about the tavern opening and all the steps that go in between that all the time?
Well, I will admit I am a bit tad worried about it. It is a grand opening. Did I tell you that we're making it into a puppy tavern?
What?
We are turning it into a puppy tavern. We adopted a whole bunch of dogs the other day, and they'll be there for opening day.
As, like, pets?
Pets, like the idea is that, you come in, you enjoy a drink, you enjoy a meal, and, a puppy will come up and approach you, and you can cuddle it, or there's going to be, like, a little play area if you want, and you just come and relax with you.
That? Wow. That is an idea? I've never heard of that before. That is just... Wow, what? I know I had to bring in the supply truck that morning, or that night, but, or the night before is what I mean. But can I stick around to see the puppy? You have puppies?
I would be insulted if you left.
Well, I don't mean to insult you, but I'd love to stay and see the puppies and, talk with you all.
Absolutely, I encourage it.
Great, so, yeah, I'll stick around on opening day and get to meet all the puppies, and I'll get to talk with you, and let me talk with all of you. Right, because we're all business partners, so I need to talk with all of you. Not just you, but I would love to talk with you. Just you, but I do mean the what's it? The plural you. I do mean that. That is what
You
I
all, yeah.
Use guys.
Use guys.
Yeah, you guys. That is what I mean.
Yep. Of course.
I think I need a drink.
Well, we're in the right place for it. 2 ales, please.
The lady is going to look at the two of you, and Eileen seems a bit flustered, but she's going to put 2 drinks. She's going to say 4 silver.
4 silver.
No, it's 2 silver for a drink rather than
This is like,
2.
it's like a questioning of like she's eyeing you a little critically. She's like 4 silver.
Isn't it supposed to be 2 silver?
He's like, well, that depends. Are you a couple?
This is just a bartender being nosy as fuck. That's all this is.
Yeah,
Well, yeah.
Ashley would
Gotta
say
get that
that, like,
gossip.
yeah, Ashley would say, like, well, what do you expect? Guy and a girl come together and you'd say, what? Are you just here for gossip? Is that what you're here for? How about you just take the W and see cute couples together, huh? Just puts the money down, takes the ale.
Damn.
Damn. He's like, well, partly for the gossip, but also need to make sure that people aren't abusing the discount. So, if you are a couple, just gotta ask so I can apply the discount. 2 silver it is.
2 silver.
The bartender just looking at you, just like, you do realize this is the festival of love, right? So many couples are getting together. I want to know.
If you want to know, start a fucking newspaper. Run an advice column.
If people don't want to air out their business on a newspaper, are you kidding? But for an extra drink, they're willing to let me know all the latest couples.
You need help.
Oh.
They just look at you and they just like lean in onto the counter, just like, listen here. Do you have any idea how many people here should be together, but they aren't? I need to know the second that they get together.
And play matchmaker instead of asking if people are couples or not.
I cannot interfere. That would ruin things.
Start a fucking blind date survey.
Hold on, let me write this down. So pulls out a pad of paper from below the bar, like blind date survey, question mark. Yeah, that would work. But I mean, it can't be actually blind, because I feel like certain people should belong together. I feel like certain people are perfect for each other.
Well, then manipulate it how you see fit. They're not gonna know.
Oh my god, you're right. They're not gonna
Okay,
know.
I'm gonna go now. With my ale. Goodbye.
Goodbye. I found a new purpose.
Gives an ale to Eileen and walks over to like a table.
Like, what was that?
That was a bartender who is jealous of people's love, apparently. That's what I took from it.
Weird.
They're not jealous of people's love. They're just a shipper.
Huh.
It's just like, okay.
I need to know your first and last name so I know exactly what to name your ship and write on these glasses.
Yes.
Pretty much.
It's for the discount. It's so
They
important.
just changed their fucking minds.
She's just like, okay, well, that's a bit odd if they have the discount for the sign here.
I got a perfect Farah Clint ship name.
What is it?
Flint.
I was gonna say like a flintlock.
That's
Yeah. Hell yeah.
perfect.
Oh god.
Hell yeah. No, but Eileen will take the drink gratefully and sip. Another sip. And she
Take a seat. Order some food.
Yeah, she takes out like a piece of paper and she starts writing on it. And it's flavor notes about the ale.
Well, you learned so much from just a couple sips.
Oh, well, depending on the first flavor that it launched into a little like explanation that she gives about the different flavor profiles different grains give, which she's fairly confident it comes from this one, which is grown a little bit away from Waterdeep.
Mm-hmm.
She just like writes down the flavor profile of the ale. She orders. a pretzel.
You certainly love your ale. I'll have a pretzel too. With salt.
With salt. She likes her pretzel without salt.
That's okay.
Nobody's
Oh,
perfect.
and some cheese. Some liquid cheese.
Beer cheese?
Yeah. Like some
Yeah.
melted cheese for the pretzel.
Hell yeah. Okay. I imagine through the window, fucking Clint and Feyre, you just see Ashley just setting up fucking shop, setting up a date with Eileen at the fucking tavern inside.
Well, it looks like we lost him for the day.
Well, I guess it's just us for now.
I will keep in mind that Ashley's choosing a place where he could people watch to keep an eye out for this arrow because he's still on the case.
On a mission.
Good, because I want all you to roll perception.
Oh, shoot! I mean, I have to get on D&D Beyond. Sorry, I could do that.
Perception.
Clint is
Tricky.
perfect for this because his perception is dog shit. Did I not roll? Clint.
It did.
I said.
There. It's 13. We have two
Oh, yeah.
13s and a 9.
I forgot that I rolled a deception.
Wow. Okay. Sorry, I'm just looking at this. I'm just like, damn.
Hey, Shipper's 13. Do we see
Hey.
that on a 13?
You see a muddy paw print on the wall, actually.
Oh,
But all of you fucking somehow all of you notice a streak of red across the sky.
oh shit!
Oh, snap.
Like Clint will point it out and be like, "There." I'm just gonna start fucking bolting
Actually-
for it.
Actually, the second the waiter comes with your fucking pretzels and your cheese sauce is when you see the fucking streak of red
What?
dart across the sky.
Like how big a streak are we talking?
Not like a meteor size. Definitely
A meteor?
I said not like a meteor size.
Oh,
Definitely something, lower altitude, very small and fast. It's, it's red. It's an arrow.
whew,
See a
did you
red
see that?
streak of an
Nice.
arrow.
Which way did it go?
So you see that it actually went in. You guys see?
No.
Oh shit. I have it on the hide from others. Okay, show to others. You see that it actually went. It landed. Hold on, let me roll a d4. You see that it went whoop, into this area, essentially, across this building.
Okay. And Clint just fucking took off, right?
He points at it. Probably. Well, since we both saw it, you probably saw it at the same time he did.
Mm-hmm. All of you saw it.
Yeah. So he'll point at it and say there, and then he'll look at Feyre and start to take off.
Oh yeah, I have a familiar. I'll send my bird after it.
Mm-hmm. Are you going as well, Ashley? Feyre,
No,
are
I
you
have my
following?
bird. I have a bird.
She meant to say Feyre. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Feyre's.
I meant both of you. Because all of you saw this,
Oh.
essentially. And Ashley would see Clint running off.
Yeah, I'm sending my raven familiar after it.
Feyre would just kind of jog. she's not going to keep up with Clint, I am sure. She's just like, okay, I guess we're doing this now.
Mm-hmm. Clint, how long does it take you to get there?
If he's just running, he only has 30 move speed, so he's not like a.
You're all
human fast.
rogues!
That's true. We can bonus action dash.
And action dash. You can triple dash if you want.
Yeah.
Okay. So you said you full on sprint, right? As soon as you see it?
He will not full tilt sprint, just like move, action move, and then try to keep his eye on it so that he doesn't lose track of it.
Mm-hmm. You see that it does arc across over these two buildings, and as you're running, you pass by. Actually, Clint, you don't know Volo. Not personally. You probably recognize him, but you don't know him personally. And Clint, if you're running there, and you get there, you would. If you're.
If I'm running in this direction and I end up crashing into Aubrey again, or Audrey again,
Mm-hmm. It's
I
Aubrey.
will
I
sue.
endorse this. I endorse this.
Okay. I want you to know this was determined by a roll.
Do I crash into her?
You do not crash into Aubrey. However, as you round the corner, you see Aubrey standing in front of this other restaurant. And you see, for just 1 second, a red arrow in her back before it disappears.
Oh no.
And we're going to take a quick little break.
Oh,
5-minute break.
God damn it.
Yes.
You know what she did?
I endorse
Farmed
this.
it, Amy.
But I mean, at least this way you can make yourself the target, right? Maybe that's a good thing. Maybe it's not. Who fucking knows?
Oh, she's just gonna turn around and immediately be fucking head over heels for Clint.
Which will be funny because Clint doesn't. He's very Pepe Le Pew. He doesn't want to be obsessed over. He has fun with the being like. He is very much a cartoon caricature of like I like having the fun of being an annoying like forever chase person because it's like nothing. But whenever he's pursued by someone he doesn't have any particular interest in or whatever, it becomes uncomfortable and it's partially lost on him. The irony of it is partially lost on him.
God, why am I yawning so much tonight? Bless you.
Thank you.
Oh, I forgot that there was going to be a level up soon. I still have not figured out what I want to do.
You gotta go. You gotta get those warlock levels.
Second level in Warlock would get me some invocations.
I get jack of all trades.
And would officially get me that second spell slot.
Mm-hmm. And you get your what's the thing that warlocks get? They're the eldritch.
The invocations.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you. God,
His
my fucking brain, man.
second level invocation, third level boon.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm back.
Hello.
Hello. All right. Are we ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, jumping right back in, we have Clint running, trying to track this arrow, and he turns the corner just in time to see it land squarely into Aubrey's back right shoulder blade,
And it disappears, right?
and it disappears.
He sees it disappear and immediately snaps his fingers and just goes, "Ah, rats."
Mm-hmm. When she looks around, she feels as if there was force from the impact, but you do not see a wound. But she does look around. Is Clint hiding from her?
No.
Okay.
Clint would probably be up here somewhere. To be able
Yeah.
to see that.
Around here.
Like here.
Yeah. Following it, you see it, you're like, oh, okay, I'm gonna just snatch it up when it lands, and fuck. And Aubrey turns around and she locks eyes with Clint, and she just waves.
Clint will wave back. And he notices Aubrey, but doesn't necessarily care to talk to her because he was more interested in getting the arrow.
Mm-hmm.
So after seeing that, he'll wait for Farah to catch up, and then disappointedly look at Farah, and one hand on hip. It's like, we lost it.
Yeah, Farah was jogging behind Clint, but seeing him stop and do the finger snap, immediately knew what it was. It's just okay, I don't gotta run anymore. It starts walking. Ends up coming up to him. Yeah, that reaction pretty much clued me in, but at least we now know what we're looking for. That's something.
These arrows disappear right fast.
And who did the pin? Did he hit anybody?
Turns back and points to Aubrey.
Fair, just looking around Clint towards Aubrey. and looking, like, nodding. Oh, she don't seem to be too disturbed by it, so at least all the stories about it just, like, hitting people and then not bothering them must be true.
He, like, just shakes his head and shrugs and just goes, "Yeah, she's not even wounded. I don't think it left a mark. Though it did push her a little bit."
Well, came across these couple buildings here, so seems to be coming from the other side of things. You see, like, Feyre's just kind of, like, starts muttering to herself, like, trying to figure out trajectory.
Is Aubrey getting closer?
Yeah.
So if she's walking up closer and closer to Clint, Clint will look at, like, he looks at Farah, looks up in the sky, does a little bit of the trajectory thing, and is, like, kind of looking around, and then we'll turn back and see that Aubrey's a lot closer now. Be like, oh, well, hello there. Fancy meeting you out here.
She was just like, she wasn't like doing the creepy fucking like step. She was just walking over. She is in heels, so it takes her a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And then she walks over to you two. And she's just like, it happened again.
Again?
No, me, sorry. I went to
Oh.
open my mouth to do the voice and nothing came out.
Oh, I was about to say, like, holy shit, she's been hit multiple times? What?
No.
Black Widow.
Sorry.
She's having a time of it.
Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
It's just nothing's coming out. Just like, fuck, what did you say? Sorry, I got distracted.
He just said, fancy meeting you here, basically.
She just like nods as she walks up to you guys. She's like, yeah, it's crazy seeing you here. And you are, what was your name again? And I've never met you before. What's your name?
Feyre just kind of like blinks at her and then looks towards Clint. Because apparently this is his conversation. He knows her. She doesn't know what she's supposed to be saying here.
Clint will turn back to Aubrey and say, well, if you remember, my name is Clint, and this is
Feyre.
a dear friend of mine named Farah. He was hung up on what to identify her as.
Feyre just kind of like nods and does that little like kind of not mean but like kind of sassy like little salute gesture of greeting as she nods.
She gives like a little finger wave to Feyre. As she's like, fuck. I keep on wanting to do the voice. Hi, I'm Aubrey. Yeah, I remember you're the coffee janitor. And hi, nice to meet you, your dear friend, Feyre.
There's this like little twitch of the eyebrow at coffee janitor, but she does not ask or react beyond that.
Right. And she just like holds up a little pink stone. Looks like little pink quartz or opal like stone. As she's like, right, coffee janitor Clint and his dear friend Feyre. And she puts it back in her pocket.
What was that about?
What was what?
The stone.
The little rock you just had.
This? I always have it. I always talk to it. Or tell it things. Or say things to it.
Does it talk back to you?
When I wanted to. Sort of. Not really.
Clint, like, now very curious in this magic thing, will raise an eyebrow and be like, what is it?
Oh, you guys don't know me, do you?
Considering I met you about 30 seconds ago, no ma'am, I do not.
Right. Okay. Ashley, are you watching with your Raven?
Yes.
All right. I imagine just looking like you're on this fucking light post.
Yeah.
Raven's on that light post, looking down. Ashley would know Aubrey. Maybe not personally, but you know of her.
Okay.
So Ashley would know the basics of what she's about to share. He would essentially know what she's about to share as well. Just both noble gossip and having interacted with her at least once. She brings out the little pink rock and she says, well, it pretty much records what I tell it so that I can look back later and then store it. And she points to her pink earrings that have matching stones, but are smaller, so that I can replay it so that I can remember.
Well, that's a nifty little bit of magic.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's kind of hard to remember without them. It's pretty impossible, actually, so it's necessary.
Impossible? Or just hard?
It's really, really hard to remember names, but not impossible. But it's a bit embarrassing, but you know what? I'm in a really good mood suddenly, so I'll just tell you, I can't remember faces.
Really?
This is just a measure, poor girl.
Yeah. At first I didn't recognize you, but then I saw your cloak. Did you really not get it cleaned yet?
Nope.
Like
It's been on my to-do list.
Here, she like gives you the fucking same business card with a dry cleaner, with the same like fucking like note on it of Aubrey did it again. It's like, here, another one, because it's probably gonna need 2 cleanings. But yeah, so I have this so I can remember. So I say your names so I can remember.
Huh. That's really cool. That the above table, this she can't remember faces, so she's using magic to like overcome the
Yeah.
thing
I
with like a
just-
little audio reminder based on faces.
I just realized as the conversation shifts towards coffee cloak, Feyre's just gonna like roll her eyes, and you see her like one hand go to like rest on the hilt of her rapier, and the other hand just kind of she kind of leans forward, and the other hand just grabs Clint's cloak or not cloak, coat, and pulls the side that has the coffee stain on it, and there's just a little bit of like cold magic that washes over it, and she'll use Presto to get rid of the stain.
Oh shit.
Ooh.
Ooh.
If like audibly you could hear him go like, "Ooh, well, I didn't know you could do that." Holding the cloak and like rubs his thumb over it to feel that the stain is not there and it's no longer like kind of crusted.
Still figuring out what I can and can't do with most days, but figured I could try.
Little like clap from Aubrey. And she's like, wow, okay, so you don't really need the dry cleaner anymore. You can still keep the cards though. I guess anyone can use them really. I don't really care.
I'll keep the card and I'll give it to someone who doesn't have a Feyre around.
You have 2 cards now. She gave you another one.
Yes. He will give it to someone whenever he ends up spilling something on them at some point.
It's just like fucking card that says Aubrey did it again, but Clint gives it to someone.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, yeah, sure. I mean, it'll still work. I already prepaid for all those cards, so it's fine.
Do you? I'm assuming that means you
So-
have something of a reoccurring misfortune, then.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but I just keep on bumping into people. I don't try to, but they just, well, it's either I bump into them or they bump into me. Usually it's when I'm trying to talk into my stone, I get a little carried away with descriptions so I can remember a bit more.
Have you ever just tried not walking and talking?
Yeah, but, well, it's kind of a hard habit to break.
There's this like a little amused smile on Farah. She is going to keep her mouth closed.
She's just gonna look at the two of you and like rock back and forth on her heels to the balls of her feet. Just like, so what are you guys doing here?
Clint looks around and will take a half step closer to Feyre and say, "We're here celebrating the festival, and also looking for something."
And promoting our business is going to be opening here shortly.
Also, that points to Feyre.
Oh, that's good. There's a lot of people here. So business promotion is actually a great spot right here, actually. A lot of people mill about in this area.
Farah nods a little bit. Yeah, we're hoping for that. We're owners and investors in the Troll Skull Manor. Gonna get it up and running here shortly in the next couple days. Bars open, inns open. Got a couple of dogs hanging around too, so overall, I think everybody's gonna find something they want to do.
Oh. That's cool. And it's opening when in a couple of days? I mean, I can check it out if you want.
Yeah, if you have a little bit of time and want to swing by, I'm sure neither one of us are gonna have any issue with that. Come in, have a drink, pet one of the puppies.
Yeah, sure. If you can just let me do one thing. Well, it's two things, but it's really one thing. If you wouldn't mind me just giving a detailed description so I can remember the two of you.
She's asking them to describe themselves.
She's asking if she has permission to just describe the two of you
Oh,
in more detail.
Clint blinks and with infinite curiosity will nod and be like, more than welcome, and more than just my permission. I would be flattered to hear you describe me in detail.
there's a single snort from Feyre at that, but she nods.
Don't mind me opening your character images. Your height charts. How tall are they?
Clint is 5'10".
Feyre is 6.
Okay.
Mm.
Alright. So Aubrey just straightens up. She pulls out her little stone. And she holds it in front of to the side of her mouth, as if someone was holding a recorder or a phone on speaker, essentially. And she kind of just circles the two of you as she goes about describing you guys one by one. She'll start with Feyre, actually, because I pulled up your image first. She's Frown's she's super tall, 6 feet tall. Hair is white with a sort of braid. She has an eye patch. She has. Is that sailor garb? I think I think so. At least the boots are. I know the boots were popular a few years ago. I think that was the Sailor line or something similar to that. She has a sword. The very tips of the horns are shaded. I think she might have a scar as well. I think those are crackers falling out of her pocket. I don't know if that's always going to be there though. And just like shit like that, just like all the details she can get. For Clint, she's going to do the same manner of just like circling and speaking into her recorder. I'm like, okay, little shorter than her. I've put her around 6 feet. He's probably like what, 5'11", 5'10", probably taller, shorter than her, but taller than me. He has a dusty cloak. He has a gun. I can see peeking out from there. He has suspenders. Where's suspenders? I guess he does. But he has suspenders. He has this weird necktie. He has a hat that has a leather cord on it. The cord is actually fading a bit. It needs to be retied at the ends, or at least cinched off and burnt so that they don't fray anymore. But he can do that on his own time. And just
Clint like looks at the cord, and every little comment she makes about something like that, he like hyper examines. Is like,
Yeah, Farah just kind of like stands there, like listens, doesn't seem to react or respond to anything. She's fully aware of what she looks like. Yep, that all checks out.
That is me. That is described.
Yep. She's like, okay, great, cool. And she like puts her little stone away.
Was that the one, actually two things you needed to do?
Yeah. Well, I said one thing because it's one act, like the same thing, but it's two of you, so it's two things. And actually, can I get one more? Can you guys get me water?
Are you not feeling good?
I got a little dizzy just now, actually.
oh.
Yeah, well. Farah will just kind of like look around, find a bench, and motion towards it. And even if there are people on it, she will shoo them away. Why don't you go sit down then? We'll find you some water.
Okay, she's going. Imagine just to see you, just right here by the tree. She sits down.
I imagine it's not hard to find water here.
Nope.
It's an outdoor festival.
Yeah, it's easy.
Clint has a water skin, but I made a note that he filled it with some of the like
Vinegar
bad
wine.
Yeah.
Yep.
Please don't give that to her.
Do it.
Yeah. Clint like reaches for it, grabs it, pulls it out, and like waits. We'll pull the cork off and then sniff it and be like, not a good plan, and then put it away.
You just need to pull that shit out. You know that's bad wine, right?
Oh yeah. I just felt bad wasting it.
Yeah, just pour it out. Like, well, pull it out somewhere we don't care about, because I might actually kill some plants around, but... If feral.
Clint will just look for a part of the street that nobody's really paying attention to, and then just hustle over here, get a squeeze between the buildings, and just dump it out on the street corner.
Roll me a d20.
Oh, I swear, the guard, you violated the law.
Damn it! I was just about to make that reference.
As Farah finds a booth to like grab a cup of water and start
Mm-hmm.
making her way back over to
Okay.
Aubrey.
You find water easily enough. And Clint, you pour it onto into a potted plant. Or like a windowsill, sort of like these plants right here. And 2 of those bushes die instantly. You can just smell the acidity. Just like pretty much like burning the roots.
Clint looks at it and gets like a really concerned look on his face. And then we'll look at this water skin and look at the plants, and then put a hand on his hip as he and like look again, just trying to assess like, I drank a lot of this. I didn't get drunk. what did it do to my insides? And then he'll just shake his head, and then put the water skin back on his belt.
Thoughts to have late at night. I'd like to pan over to Ashley. You are aware of what is happening.
Yes.
Would you like to join your party members?
No, I'm good. I'm on a date. I'm having the bird help.
Oh boy.
Unless you want me to join, in which case I will.
No, it's okay. I'm just like throwing you the bone of just like, hey, would you like to?
No, if I need to interact with them, I will have my bird use flag signaling in a vain attempt to speak.
Okay. Yeah, you have your bird keeping tabs on them to make sure they're not like, sprinting off into the city. But otherwise, your very impromptu date with Eileen is going well.
I am
She is
also
very-
keeping an eye out for other arrow flashes.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. Okay. But she is enjoying the pretzel without salt. She very much is wondering how you can possibly eat it with that much salt. It's too salty.
Well, it adds to the flavor, It mixes in with the bread okay. And if you add with the cheese on top of it...
Yeah, but the cheese is already salty enough. You don't really need to add more salt to it. If anything, the salt just falls into the cheese dip and it makes it too salty. It's just...
Yeah, but you'll find that it actually adds to the flavor profile, which in turn makes beer taste better.
I haven't thought of that, actually.
Mm-hmm. See, you gotta broaden your horizons. Add more salt in your life.
She's gonna steal a piece of the salted pretzel,
Yeah.
try it, and then take a sip of the ale, and she's like, oh my god, you're right.
Yeah.
Rest this down. Very cute, wholesome question mark date, business outing. She's not sure what this is.
I don't think even Ashley knows what this is.
Exactly. Neither of them know what this is. It's like, well, they're business partners, and she's like, well, they're drinking ale in a tavern. She's a tavern supplier for his tavern, so business talk.
Flavor profiles.
Yeah, she's like, I guess this is business. That's where her mind's going. But Clint, you get new existential crisis. Feyre, you have gotten water.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys see Aubrey sitting down, looking relatively okay, but she takes the water very gratefully.
Are you feeling any better now?
Yeah, actually, I feel a lot better.
Well, good. What was that about? Were you really dehydrated? Puts like a hand to the back of her head.
A hand to the back of her head, or the back of your hand to her head?
Or sorry, the back of his
Okay.
hand to her head. There it is.
Okay.
You're right.
Like, I was like a little confused. You see that, like, she... At first, you feel you feel her forehead, and it feels like normal, albeit like a tiniest hint of like clamminess, from like a buildup of sweat. But like as she sips the water, and as she's sitting down, you guys see she gets more of her bearings of it, and she just looks up at the two of you, and she is going to look up and look past Clint, feeling her forehead as she looks at Feyre, and she just like tilts her head, taking Clint's hand off of her head, as she just asks, "How old are you?" Again, I don't think I ever asked.
How old is Clint, or how old is Feyre?
How old is Feyre?
Let me see if I actually wrote that down anywhere. I don't think I did.
You can give me a range. Doesn't have to be exact.
She's mid to late 20s. Like 27-ish, probably 27, 28.
Okay. Aubrey just like nods, and she's like looks to Clint, like, right, and how old are you?
Clint is 28. He'll put one hand behind his back and be like, I'm 28. What do you ask?
I just want to make sure that this isn't really weird. Are the two of you like together, or?
Feyre just eyebrow goes up, looks towards Clint. We're business partners.
Like, is that the only partner there?
Well, I mean, apparently I'm his date when he wants free ale.
Well, that's not necessarily the only time you could be a date. But it was in that moment.
Eyebrow goes a little bit higher. It looks towards Clint now.
He he's halfway turning between her and Aubrey, and then just goes, so what are you asking? And he'll turn back to Aubrey.
Well, I don't know, I just feel like I'm in a mood to really meet someone right now, and well, you two are two people, so I thought I'd ask.
Clint looks over his shoulder, looks across, now Clint is, his head is on a swivel, and he, looks around, looks over his shoulder, looks back over the other shoulder, and looks back at her, and kind of rubs his chin. There's a mote of concern, but he looks at Feyre and will he's not enthusiastic about it, but he's not unhappy. He's just kind of confused.
Feyre, there's a split second of surprise, and then that amusement comes back to her expression. And she just kind of gets a little bit of that crooked smile. Well, taking a swing at two people at once, that's actually rather bold of you. Wouldn't have thought it.
Well, I just wanted to know if you guys were single. And, well, if you guys are together, then, well, that kind of just eliminates the two of you completely. So I just thought I'd just ask. There's no harm in asking, right?
No harm at all.
And I've got a little bit of a confused answer there, so I think I'm just going to play it safe and say that you two are not.
Looks at Feyre, and he will look back to Aubrey and say, unfortunately, I think we are both taken.
Gaze shifting towards Clint again.
Audrey pouts a little bit.
But we're flattered that you asked. It turns to Feyre and just goes right, we are flattered.
Yeah, very, very flattered. You're awfully pretty young lady.
Well, thanks. Well, I mean, I try to make my clothes look really well because I don't really know what I look like, so I try to put a lot of effort into my dresses. And she like stands up and does a little like a twirl.
Clint will do a little golf clap. Very nice. Very lovely.
How old were you, by the way, since you just asked us and we answered?
I'm 26.
How old's Finny?
Finny is 19.
This was weird.
Mhm. Too far out of the age range.
She was in her early 20s.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she was, but this is baby Finny. This is pre-college Finny. I think OG Finny was like 26, actually, too, I think. Same age as JoJo was.
Mm-hmm.
But unfortunate. But she's just gonna be like, okay, well, I mean, if that's all, then
Happy
I guess
hunting.
I could go. I wouldn't say I'm hunting. I just want to talk to people.
Well, good luck in your endeavor while you are still here at the festival. It is appropriate for the setting. And he'll just kind of gesture around at all of the decor. I imagine there's decor across the town.
Yes, so much
Mhm.
decor. And she's going to give a little like slight, almost jokey curtsy to the two of you as she sets off on her way. Boop, 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 to go talk to people.
End up dating one of the neighbors.
There's
You know
a
what?
sigh of relief as she walks away, and Clint just goes, whew.
Feyre just kind of crossing her arms very slowly. That like slight head tilt and just staring at Clint, waiting for him to look her direction.
He turns around, not expecting it to be. He like sees her with crossed arms and this expectant look, and he just immediately is like, "Oh, I did something, huh?" And he looks around and looks back at Feyre. What?
I have many questions about that conversation that just happened, and the answers that you gave on my behalf.
He blinks once or twice and just goes, "Did I happen to speak for you in a manner that was not true? I don't remember speaking for you."
Are you absolutely positive about that?
Oh, I'm absolutely positive that I did not want to speak for you.
Quite so. You just told her that both of us are unavailable. Do you know something I don't know about?
He blinks for a second and just goes, "Well, are you unavailable?"
Certainly not.
Well, that
Would
was
you
one
like to
mistake,
be?
then. He is gonna just lie through his teeth.
What'd he say?
He is just gonna lie through his teeth, or he's like, "Well, my bad. I just assumed." You know what they say about assuming.
There's just this slow breath in, and you can see she is sizing Clint up. Gold eye up and down a couple of times.
Insight.
As she slowly shakes her head. Oh boy, this is gonna be a long week.
Yes, it is. Clint says, following behind.
She will make her way back this direction. Because she
I'll
has
roll
two people she kind of likes. And then Volo to fuck with.
Oh boy, here we go. I haven't played them since what, session 2? Session 1?
Yeah, really.
Jeez, trio.
Perception.
Mm.
and chasing after, like, I wait up for me.
Yeah.
In the meantime, Piper is going to attempt something. Not Ashley, Piper. Ashley's gonna go order another round of ale, but this time pay full price for it.
Okay. I will say Piper, because it's something that Ashley would have seen. The arrow flew by while the bartender was still in view.
Okay.
Because you were inside when the arrow struck.
Okay. So Piper knows, but Ashley still did not order.
Okay.
Damn. I thought I had it. I thought I cracked the case. Damn.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean
That would've
to.
made sense.
I did not mean to mislead. However, before you get too invested, your character would have seen this happen while this person was like tending the bar.
Yeah. Damn.
Mm-hmm. However, I mean, Eileen is taking lots of notes on the servings and stuffs, and she is talking about the different glassware you guys can get, and how, depending on the glass shape, it makes different levels of the foam on the top of a beer. You know, that all that kind of like really intricate stuff. She's talking about that with Ashley. Whenever there's a lull in the conversation, she gravitates towards business talk.
Yeah.
She has found work within a field that she is obsessed with.
Mm-hmm.
She has found the secret.
Ashley will pull out his harp and begin to play as well. Might as well liven things up.
Hey.
It's going to be an acoustic version of You Give That Name.
Oh, okay, that's actually going to open up a different dialogue, actually.
Specifically that song.
No. I'm talking about actually playing music. We can have the camera scene change pan over to Ashley and Eileen.
Oh, I didn't mean to steal the camera.
That's true, but it's been... That's true. However, we haven't heard from Ashley except for a couple minutes here and there.
Okay.
So we can have a little snippet of how Eileen and Ashley are getting along.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. As long as the others are okay with this.
It's fine by me.
Yeah, I'm down.
Okay. So, Eileen, whenever there's a lull in the conversation, talking about, little mid conversation about salted pretzels versus unsalted and stuff, Eileen kind of just gravitates towards whenever there is a pause that she deems awkward. She brings up work. And she talks about the different glass sizes and stuff, and the different shapes and stuff like that. And when Ashley brings out his instrument, it catches her eye. And she's like, she asks a question of, how long have you been playing?
I've been playing since I was a little kid, getting lessons. Really took to it. The Estelma family typically sponsors bards. They have like a bard college. And, I kind of took to it at a young age.
Oh my god.
Huh?
I remember you, actually.
Ear switch.
You were like a little kid, and there was this event, and you played an instrument there. I think your parents were showing off your lessons to my parents. You didn't have ears.
Dimly remember that.
Wow. That was a long time ago, actually.
Oh yeah, at least 15.
Yeah.
Tasha says, not remembering this at all.
Roll deception.
Was that the time when I absolutely shredded on the piano? I did a flight of the bumblebees. For sure. Oh wait, that's persuasion. Deception.
Okay, let me see. She can fucking call you on your shit. Nope. However, she does mention, yeah, no, she has no clue that you're fucking full of shit. She's like, yeah, I remember you had this, like, drawings on that instrument that you played. I don't really know why your parents or the Stonewars wanted to show off to the Emma Kyles, but for some reason they did, and I think that was the first time I saw you perform, actually.
Hmm.
And here is... Nope, that's the name that she mentioned.
Does that ring any bell whatsoever?
That, to Ashley, yes. That is the name of a noble family that you haven't heard of in a long time, actually. It's been a hot minute since you've heard of them.
Oh, it has been a long time since I've heard of that name. And not just because I've been gone for half my life.
You were gone for half your life. Where did you...
I was away on personal affairs. Yeah, I was kidnapped. He kind of shrugs.
Oh my, are you okay? How did you get back?
I got rescued. Some 10 years later, 10, 15.
10, 15 years? Oh my goodness.
Well, it's okay, because I'm here now, and not kidnapped.
Right, but I can only imagine how worried your family is.
Kind of like he catches his throat. Like, I'm sure they're very worried.
You did tell them you're back, right?
I just kind of sent them a letter saying, "Hey, I'm back." Signed, Ashley.
Are you crazy? You're in a Stelmer. They need to know that you're, alive and not, well, I'm pretty sure they assumed you're dead.
No. That I sent them a letter, and
Anyone can write a letter and pretend it's you. You should really
and
do
I
that.
met my brother and little
Oh,
shit. Yeah. I talked to my brother, so he knows I'm alive. Whoever that little
okay.
shit
And I'm
is.
sure your brother is going to inform the rest of your family that you're okay and perfectly safe.
Yeah, exactly. All of that stuff.
Okay, that's good. I was just, really worried. I know why I haven't seen you in a long time. I just thought that I didn't realize it was also something on your end too. So
Oh yeah, I mean it's not that big a deal. Don't worry about it.
I think it's actually a really big deal. Are you sure
Well,
you're
like,
okay?
what's going on? What's going on with your family? I haven't heard the name in a while.
Well, I'm not just gonna let you avoid this conversation. I will come back to you later. But the Amikyles, a lot of misfortune happened, and well, we technically are nobles, but we kind of lost our fortune. So we're more normal now, around a decade ago or so.
Oh, and have you? I mean, you've obviously adjusted to the life well enough.
Yes.
I mean, you're clearly an ace brewer, top shelf, if you would.
I mean, brewers, ales don't really go on top shelves. We're usually talking about liquors, but I appreciate the compliment. But I have a lot to learn still. My dad knows a lot more than I do, even though I'm kind of in charge of what's left of the business now. But so I am really thankful that you guys are choosing us to be your supplier. I hope that we can, both grow from this and have a healthy business partnership.
Business.
Yep.
Indeed,
Yeah.
the partnership.
Yep. Good business partnership.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, back to you. Are you sure it's like that's a big deal? Like, should we talk to the town guard about this? Like, do you know who's responsible?
I do know who's responsible.
Right, so we can talk to uh the Black Guard and we can I'm sure they'd be more than willing to help in a Stelmer.
Oh no. They couldn't possibly. People that kidnapped me, they're kind of you know, they're the shadowy types, the
Shadowy
elusive,
types.
the elusive.
The elusive. Is that a new gang that's started? I haven't heard that name.
No, it just means that they're hard to catch,
Right. Oh, they're elusive, not the elusives. That's what you meant.
Right,
They're
right.
elusive.
Yes.
Yep, that's what you meant.
Yep.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I am actually really worried. Are you sure they're not gonna come back for you? I don't want them to, I don't want you to be in danger.
Actually, kind of pauses because he did not, in fact, consider that the time might be coming back from. It's like, I actually didn't consider that.
Oh
You
no.
didn't consider this? How is that not the first thing you thought of when you escaped? That they'd want you back if they kept you for this long.
Well, I was more happy to just, be home and, get back into normal society. They're not gonna try and kidnap me again, right?
Well, I'd hope they wouldn't.
No,
I mean,
no, that's not.
no, they're not. You're perfectly safe, and
Yeah,
if anything happens, then we're gonna do everything that we can to rescue you again.
I appreciate that.
Right. But don't go anywhere alone. Ever, please.
Okay.
Don't go
Well,
down dark alleyways. Don't um uh, be out alone at night. Don't leave the city without anyone knowing. Don't put yourself in danger or a vulnerable position, please. I don't think I could do that.
well, I got some good friends. I got Farah. I got Clint. I guess. I have Baron. He's my new corgi. You're gonna meet him tomorrow or the next day.
Oh, Baron is such a good name.
Oh, thank you. He looks like a Baron.
Oh, I'm sure he does. I really can't wait. Okay, hold on. We're getting off topic. Right, stay safe. Don't. I gotta get you like I can get you like a book. I don't think there's books on how to avoid being kidnapped. Actually, you know how to defend yourself, right?
Oh yes, absolutely.
Okay, good. Do that, please. If anyone tries anything.
I promise to try.
Okay, good. And well, if they ever find out where you are, I mean, if you need some place to run to or hide, you're always welcome at my brewery. We live above it actually. So
Well, I wouldn't want to endanger you should that happen.
well, I wouldn't want you to be in danger at all. And if I could help keep you from getting kidnapped again, it's crazy it's happened once, but if it happens again, that's just insane. I don't want that to happen again. If I could help with that, I'm more than happy to.
Well, thank you. You're very kind.
Okay, good. I already told you not to go anywhere alone at night, right?
Right.
Okay, you promise?
I promise.
Good. Don't do that.
Okay.
I said that already, didn't I?
Yep. Sure did.
Right, sorry. I get nervous sometimes. Okay, who did this?
Damn.
Like, should
Woman.
we be concerned? Like, are they here in the city? Are they not here? Do I know them?
Is a woman by the name of And that's what she goes by.
It's just
Some
her
people
saying.
call her very, very elusive. Like I said, very hard to get in touch with, very hard to find. Pretty magical, all things considered.
Okay, so a magic user named Titania. No last name, no. Okay, yeah, we'll keep an eye out for that.
Mm-hmm. Miss Fox's twitch a little bit.
Visibly concerned.
No, I can't frighten her even further. That
She
sounds
just
like
like, Jesus fucking Christ. She's just gonna like peer over at Ashley over her drink, and she's just like, "You're really calm about this."
Oh, well, I mean, if you spend every day panicking, then you're just gonna live your life miserable, right?
Well, I wouldn't say I'm miserable, but I don't panic all the time, just enough.
You gotta seize the moment with everything you got, and try not to be afraid of everything.
Are you sure? I feel like that could just lead to a lot of disaster and like burned bridges.
Well, I mean, obviously, you try not to burn the bridges, but and try to enjoy, right?
Okay.
You got to enjoy life.
Right. I'm sorry. I just keep on thinking back to the fact that you're perfectly fine with being not fine with me, but you're just don't have much of a reaction to kidnapping for a
I
decade.
mean, I had like a decade to cope with that, you know. So it's new to you, so understandably, but it's just kind of how my life was for a while. You know,
Okay.
but I'm gonna be safe, I promise. So I'm gonna do all the things you warned me about,
Okay.
or warned me not to do.
Just do you mind humoring me for a second?
Uh-huh.
Okay. She's gonna like gesture for Ashley's hand.
He blinks, but he takes it.
Okay. She's going to take Ashley's hand, and she's going to just like take a deep breath. Deep breath
Uh-huh.
in, deep breath out. She's going to look him in the eye. She's very focused and very intense all of a sudden. It's
Huh?
like, okay, Ashley, just please tell me, are you okay? Are you sure you're okay about all of this? Like, really,
He
truly, deep
blinks.
down. Please tell me. You can talk to me about things.
You
It's
can
also,
see
it's
he's
not
kind of
really.
put off guard by that because he wasn't expecting that. He's like, I mean, obviously everything's pretty tumultuous right now, and there's a lot of change going on. But I'm trying to cope with everything to the best of my ability. Whether I'm okay or not, I don't really know, but I'm going to do my best. That's all I really can do.
She's going to smile and just squeeze his hand a little bit before she looks down and realizes what she's doing and kind of like drops his hand and like leans back a bit. She's like, right, right. I just wanted to double check to make sure. It's perfectly fine to not know if you're okay or not, but I don't think it'd be good to just sweep it under the rug when it's really not, because that can just really come up to bite you in the butt later. I just wanted to double check to make sure you're okay, because I care about you. You're a business partner.
He raises his eyebrow.
Just want to double check, and if you ever do want to talk about something, I'm here. I'm willing to listen. but no pressure. It's fine.
Well, thank you very much. I will take that under advisement.
Cool, great.
Would you like another ale?
Yes.
I will get you another ale.
Thank you. She's gonna take the ale. She's gonna drink.
She's a good bean.
She is a good bean. She's very weirded out that he's perfectly fine with being kidnapped for a decade. She's like, fucking no way. Are you okay? Are you like, blink if you're in danger? All right.
That's the second person, or the third person, technically.
Yeah. She got him to admit that he's not sure. He didn't just deny it.
Yeah.
Alright. So she goes to get another drink. She calms down. Now that she's focusing on this ale's favorite profile. She's back into a little bit of a pseudo work mode.
Did you notice the tinge of honey I added to this time?
She fucking shows the piece of paper, a new piece of paper for every drink of ale, and she says the very top is honey.
Oh. I guess I can't get anything by you.
Nope. Takes another sip, writes down hops. Like fucking like I don't know, I don't fucking know flavor profiles. She writes down flavor profile of this drink plus honey. Plus honey.
Flavor profile is good.
Mm. So we're going to go back. Oh, hello.
Yes.
We're going to swap back over to Feyre and Clint. Feyre, you're approaching this trio right here, correct?
Yeah. She's beelining her way over. Will kind of smirk at the redheads as she approaches behind Volo. And will just very casually put her elbow on his shoulder and prop herself up.
He jumps so hard. His hat falls off. That's how hard he fucking like flinches. He's like, it's you.
Oh, fancy meeting all three of you here.
Volo just like picks up his hat and like puffs out his chest. He's like, oh, of course we're here. We're here to see the festival and partake in this great city's festivities. And I'm here to write about the whole endeavor and any adventures we may find along the way. And then Floon just chimes in, plus the new ale.
The new ale?
He nods.
And manifesting beside Volo, out of the corner of his eye, will be like, what new aisle?
Yeah, and Floon is just going to gesture to the tavern right next to them that they're in. He's like, these ones have different flavored drinks to spark the holiday. This one has, I think they infuse rose water with an ale. Somehow they mix it together. Anyway, they have a rose ale for today, and it's actually pretty good. I think they have like complimentary little rosebud that goes on the top of your drink with each pint. And I think I have like 2 roses so far. He like gestures to his shirt where he pinned the roses. It's a great way to keep track of how many drinks you've had too.
Ooh. Oh, I love roses.
He like offers Clint a rose.
Then we'll take one and pin it to his jacket.
You like finger gunned of like, hey, we match.
Clint will finger guns with one hand and then like pretend to blow smoke off of it. And be like, by the way, my name's Clint. It's a pleasure to meet you. Whoever you are.
Shakes hand. He introduces himself as Floon Blagmar. This one Rainier introduces himself. Rainier, never remember, these boys. And then Volo sees that Clint is new. Points, like, Lucifer's like, oh, you made a new friend. I see. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Volo Damkidarm, but you can just call me the illustrious writer Volo.
It is Volo.
You can call me Mr. Volo.
Just Volo.
Oh, hello there, Just Volo. No, hold a hand out to Just Volo.
He, like, shakes his hand, just like, well, I do have other titles too. But, I mean, if you're friends with Feyre, you can just call me Volo. Have you read my latest book? That's actually what I'm most known for right now.
I have not. What is it?
Oh, I guess you haven't read Volo's Guide to Monsters?
It kind of interested in that. Just goes, oh, I haven't heard of this one or read it. I'm very curious now. You have got my attention.
Oh, the adventures I can tell you about the trip. Bye-bye. The adventures I can tell you of all the journey I took for each and every single monster in that book. I made a whole guide for it. Actually, I've had a couple people help me with it, but I mean, if you want a signed copy, I know a guy. He, like, puffs his chest out as he like twirls his hair.
Clint will very excitedly, like, pen this idea down in his mind and be like, I need to get me a copy. I need to get it signed. That's for sure.
I'd be more than happy to sign any copies of any of my books.
Sorry, I will be right back. I need a minute.
Okay. But Rainier is just going to just like also introduce himself to Clint, and he is going to just like, it's nice to meet you. How are you enjoying the festival?
Ooh, sorry, you caught me right in the middle of yawn. Excuse me.
Are you tired? It's only noon.
Clint will. Is it too forward to mention the arrows? Because I kind of want Clint to be like, well, we're here. Oh, you know what? Clint will like explain what they've kind of been wandering around looking at. Just like, yeah, we're just looking at the festival and all the decor, getting a couple of free drinks, or not free drinks, getting a couple of drinks. Oh, also, we're here to promote our new business, and he'll present not a. He doesn't have. We don't have business cards. We need business cards.
Add that on the list of things to get.
Gotta get business cards at some point. But he will explain that they are here promoting their new business for Troll Skull Tavern, which is a now themed restaurant or themed tavern.
Volo just like stops. She's like, oh my god, you guys are opening it? Oh, I knew that was more than enough to pay you all. To pay, he like nods to Feyre. I imagine Feyre's doing Feyre things. To pay them all for that quest is well worth it.
Clint blinked for a second. Was like, wait, for what quest? Wait, did you all go on a quest without me? Relive the entirety of the first couple sessions.
Oh, Floon fucking leans in and he tells the whole fucking tale. Instead of his end of it, he tells fucking everything, man.
So
He's
there
very
I was, shoved in a closet.
Yeah. And Rainier, amusedly joins in and adds some more details, maybe correcting Floon a bit, where Floon was like, yeah, and then I was fighting this like orc guy, and I had him justly knocked out. And Rainier's just like, he did not, in fact, have him knocked out at all. He was carried out by the rest of us, half unconscious.
Will he mention? Will they mention in their retelling? 13, the Mind Flayer, the Intellect
Yes.
Devourer.
They will tell everything they are aware of.
Okay. Also, as an aside,
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember if we figured this out or not, but way back when we were saving Floon from the
Mhm.
sewers, those two dudes, two like dorky guards, were looking at a door that had something oozing out from it.
Yes.
Did we figure out what that was, or did we just
Nope.
leave?
Y'all
Okay.
did. Y'all avoided all combat I have thrown at you.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure, because I was like, I don't think we ever actually
No,
figured
no,
out
we had
what was
one
behind the
combat.
door.
Yeah.
We
You're right.
had
You had
at
one
least
combat.
one combat.
Yeah.
We've had
So-
very few combats, but
Hmm.
I was more concerned with whether or not we figured out what was behind the door, and we didn't, which is great, because we can later now.
Did I miss anything?
Clint
really.
is talking to the three of them, and they have filled him in on the first few sessions.
Gotcha.
Yeah, just recapping all of what happened that Clint was not present for, and he's like, you guys had a talking kit? That's crazy. Also, a Mind Flayer, and like all that shit, and the mysterious ooze behind the door. all that weird stuff.
Yeah. Feyre is just like, will nod along for all of this and will like gaze slowly move towards Rainier because he was the one that just like picked up a fucking sword and was like, okay, we'll
Yeah.
tag along. It's
He
just
has
kind
a
of
sword
like
on him right now, actually.
look him over for a second.
Mhm.
You never really were able to show us if you actually know how to use that thing.
Well, I can assure you that I do. I was trained from when I was young.
Feyre just kind of little mischievous smile start to spread over her face. Oh, you and I are gonna have to have a duel at some point. See how good that training is.
Well, I don't really have a reason to say no. I could always use more practice. You never know when someone's gonna try to kidnap me.
Mischievous
Mhm.
smile gets a little bit bigger.
Especially for, rumors.
Yeah, it's a little interesting that you have chosen to continue to hang out with your doppelganger. I will say that.
Well, if we're seen together, well, he's also a good friend. We're all good friends now. We've all bonded over this experience and, some drinks. But also, if I'm seen with him in the same place, that just confirms that there's two of us now. Well, two of us, two people that look alike. Makes it less likely this is going to happen.
Oh.
And pauses to think like, I wonder if people have ever confused me and my brother. Now I think about it, even though we don't really look that much alike.
Just looks over at Clint for a second, and then thinks better of asking a question. Looks towards the others. Well, it's good to see all three of you are still up and kicking and doing relatively okay, even if some people continue to not learn some lessons that they probably should have learned in the past couple weeks. Very little salty. Little salty.
Who are you alluding to?
Volo.
Volo just looks at you and he's just like, Farah, Claire was just telling me about how you're opening this whole business, and I told you that place was worthwhile. So much more than just 100 gold. Now you're going to be making so much more than that, and it's going to be a constant. It's a business. It's a whole investment.
Do not try to blow any more smoke up my ass. It don't work.
Right. Well, it's worth the investment. You know, Clint, have I ever showed you? I have a copy of this book on my person, actually.
But immediately like, whoa, let me see.
Feyre just kind of like nods to herself, like, "Yep, okay." He has got the message again.
Fucking pulls out a copy of Volo's Guide to Monsters.
And looks towards Floon and Rainier. And of course, to you also invited on the opening day and any day after that. And Rainier, for all your help, I do imagine we can manage to get you a little bit of a discount on your drinks. For being a nice investor of ours.
Well, not needed, considering my, living off of my mother's trust fund, but I do appreciate the sentiment. I'll be sure to stop by and check the place out.
We very much like to see you there, and of course, not only you got drinks, but we got dogs and ghosts and everything else to fascinate just about anybody, entertain just about anybody.
Volo fucking eyes, fucking dart, head fucking flips over to Feyre's like, did you say ghosts? I fucking... Not fucking, he did not say that. That's Amy. He's like, I knew that place was haunted. That's why I bought it in the first place. I knew. I got to look at it once. I didn't see any evidence of a specter there. Oh my, I could have just written another book there. You know, I bought that just to write my latest book I was going to write about it, Volo's Guide to Specters and Spirits. I'm going to have to find other specters and spirits to write about.
Well, you could always stop by. He's not very talkative, but he is very sociable.
Well, if he didn't show up for Volo, I don't know that he's one particular kid to actually talk to Volo.
Good point.
You have to actually be, I think, interested in the ghosts for them to actually show up. Unless they want to kill you. And then, well, you hide under tables when the blades come out, so I don't think you'll deal with that well.
I'll also admit I was only in the tavern for about 5 minutes before I left for a very important business I had to get to. I unfortunately couldn't investigate it very thoroughly or stay there for very long. It was very dark. I mean, I had a lot to do to that day.
Yeah, I don't think that Volo's Guide to Spirits and Specters is your next great calling. I think you might want to find something else.
I'm sure I can find other spirits in the city. But, if I have, strong, capable people with me, he, pats Rainier and Floon on their, respective arms. Like, I'm sure I can find whatever I need to write about for my latest book.
I just slowly moves towards Rainier with this very much, are you buying into this shit expression?
He nods. He, gives you a look of just, he's my friend.
Very heavy sigh. Well, if you want to go chasing after them, I guess you can find them. Just make sure you bring an extra couple of backup people if you need them, and probably a couple of healing potions, and of course, maybe a helmet for yourself and a little bit of armor. She starts kind of one finger lifting the side of his vest and poking at his hat. Just yeah, no, you're squishy.
He is just fucking. You get a good fucking look at him lifting up his vest. Mans is a level 1 wizard.
Yep.
Damn.
No. Is he level 1? Yeah, he is. He's a level 1 wizard.
You're squishy. You need help.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I would also advise that anybody that you want to bring is even extra backup on top of these two, should they decide to follow you, make sure you actually have the money to pay them up front.
It's I know I am just waiting on royalty payments for my latest book to come in. There's a bit of delay on that, considering there's a delay in the printing over in Candlekeep and Baldur's Gate. But I will have the royalty payments soon.
Baldur's Gate. You gonna really relying on shit coming out of Baldur's Gate? Muttering to herself now. Been distracted.
It's like, whoo, he fucking steps away. It's like, okay. However, all three of you make perception checks.
Okay.
I was about to ask when the next arrow's coming because I fucking feel it. I feel it, but I don't see it for shit.
I kind of see it.
Ashley and Feyre, Clint, you are distracted. Volo has gifted you a signed copy of Volo's Guide to Monsters.
This is very interesting, especially because Clint has the aptitude to appreciate some of the nuance in it.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. But yeah, he gives you the book, and you're a little distracted. However, Ashley and Feyre, you guys see a streak of red, and it happens so fast you barely even register it. But rather than like seeing an arc across the sky, you see as if someone dropped something so fast. A streak of red just comes straight down and lands right in Floon's shoulder. And then disappears right
shoulder?
Disappears
I'm
right
sending
before
that
your
bird
eyes.
after whoever the fuck dropped it.
Oh no.
What'd you say, Ashley?
I said I am sending my bird after that guy.
Well, it's not as if someone actually dropped something. It got fired really fucking fast, but there was no arc. It was straight down.
Yeah. Like, so from like the rooftop, right?
Yep. So like someone was standing right above him and just fired just fucking point like 20 feet down right into Floon's shoulder.
I have my bird check the rooftops then?
Yeah. You see that, you have your bird check the rooftops. But Feyre, you see it this time of the red arrow just sink into his shoulder, and it kind of throws him off balance for a second, as if someone just put their hand on his shoulder and just like pushed down a little bit. But before he can even look at it, the arrow is gone.
Feyre blinks and will kind of snap her fingers at Clint and very subtly gesture towards Floon.
Oh boy. And Ashley, you have your bird dash across fly to the rooftop, right?
Yeah.
And you see someone leaving. And what your bird sees is a figure that's tall with a red cloak fire an arrow out, and you see a rope from that arrow just attach and leap off into the distance to, you can't really see where, but you just see that the rope that this person materializes with their arrow, they use it as a grappling hook and just swing down the alleyway away.
I'm gonna follow him.
Holy
And have
shit,
your
it's
bird
like
follow.
ye old Spider-Man.
I was thinking like Green Arrow. Except Red Hood.
Mm-hmm. And I'd like to be like, okay, it's getting kind of late.
Okay.
I'm kind of thirsty.
Yeah. I was about to say, wait for a time for like, can we pause here?
Yeah. I was just like, and we're gonna call it here.
Pause right at the chase scene.
Good place to pause.
Fucking Floon of all of them.
Yeah.
God damn it.